All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with the second video update for today. I'm just going to go over Bitcoin real quick, a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go into ADA, Bitcoin dominance, Tfuel, Curve, Ponke, Sol, and Trump. But I'm not going to spend too much time on all of them. I want to make this video about an hour or so. So on Bitcoin, let's jump right into it here. Bitcoin did start to lose that value area low, like I said, but I also talked about the swing failure pattern of this low into our pitchfork band, and that could kind of be a fake out of the dumping about below the value area high. And so far, that's exactly what we got. We got the swing failure pattern of this low here, the flash crash lows from earlier today. And so far, we are reclaiming the value area high. Now, it's going to be key for Bitcoin now to hold above this value area high here. We can either back test it and continue higher, but we still have not taken this low from the 886 touch. So eventually, we're probably going to come for these lows here at 99.5-ish. We just need to watch for that, but a lower high could come in. So we could pump all the, if we do something like this, we could pump all the way up to this value area high, golden pocket, and anchored VWAP area, and then dump and take these lows here. But Bitcoin is above the value area high now. We had that fake out and the swing failure pattern grab, the liquidity grab. So let's watch this. Unfortunately, most of this is going to happen overnight while I'm sleeping, but we can watch for it now to hold above the value area high for strength, for at least strength for another push up into one of these two resistances. Here's where I'd be looking really mostly. And then depending on how it reacts there, we'll have to look at possible shorts from there. All right, let's go into ADA. I have not done ADA in quite a while. Actually, I think I did it a couple weeks ago here. I'm going to go into the Bybit chart here. All right, let's zoom out onto the weekly. Let's see here. Oh, looks like, wow. We did have a nice test of the box and then dropped quite a bit here. That's kind of nice. Let me delete this. Okay, so we still have our fresh weekly up there. And then we do have a fresh new weekly level down here. We'll mark that out, weekly. All right, go into the daily real quick. So we were in this descending channel. You could see we broke it to the upside. We came right to our box of resistance. Now, it took longer in time, but we came right to that box of resistance, rejected from that box, came back down to test the pitchfork, the bottom of the pitchfork. Now, remember, this bottom of this pitchfork is a pitchfork that we broke out of bullishly. So oftentimes when you break out of a pitchfork bullishly, you'll test it a few times and then confirm price action above it. I don't like how we're just hovering above the pitchfork, though. This could be like a higher time frame failed auction type of thing on this pitchfork, but we'll see, or like a distribution pattern up here. We'll have to kind of just watch and see. All right, I'm going to, this daily is still valid here. Let me get rid of whatever that is. This daily is still valid down here, but we do have a new daily that I would look at right here. Let's go to the daily. All right. I'm going to get rid of this purple box now because we rejected from it. Now, this level here is still a level to be watching here. I do believe, let's do a golden pocket pull. So we're going to go from our, from our high here to our lows. And let's look at the 786. Yeah, okay. So that is weekly 786. And let's do a volume profile of this range here. Okay, and I bet you our golden pocket is going to be at the value area high. Okay, golden pocket value area high here. Now, actually, no, we already hit into that golden pocket, though, because we came down here. We hit into it a couple times. So golden pockets, we're not going to watch the golden pocket. Let's just leave it on 786. All right, the channel's no longer valid or relevant. Let me get And then we'll get rid of this here. Okay, I do like this. Value area low of this range is coming in around the pitchfork band here. And if we do a Fibonacci pull from the last big daily low to the daily high. Okay, so this is nice though. Here, we do have a box of support, the daily and the 786 here. Let me zoom in to get this right. Daily 786 here. And then I'm going to throw a box here for our pitchfork. So this is going to be a pitchfork value area low. So we're still just trading in this big range on the daily, you guys. And then this one is going to be a 786. And what else was that? Oh, daily. Okay, 786 and daily. All right. So we got those there. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. This box is still the bigger 786 retrace, and this is also our pitchfork band. So let's bring this up to like right here. Now let me zoom out. I'll show you guys this pitchfork real quick. So this pitchfork here is a big pitchfork from the last really bear market lows up to the weekly high and then down to the retrace of that weekly high there. So we broke this pitchfork to the upside. We are kind of consolidating right above it on the daily. And let's actually zoom out back. Let's zoom back in onto the daily because I think we do have a descending channel we could look at. So I'm going to get rid of now these fibs now that we see them to clean up the chart. We've got our boxes. All right, and then I'm going to hide this stuff too to clean up the chart. We do have this is pretty nice as well. Just real quick before I look at this channel, we do have this low here, and we have the swing failure pattern of this low into the weekly channel, weekly level. So that would be actually pretty nice too. Here. SFP. All right, that's that. And then this SFP into this pitchfork band would be nice. It's a little bit below it, but with altcoins, you do see pretty big wicks. Like look at these wicks on ADA. So we could definitely see a swing failure pattern of this low here into the pitchfork band. Okay, now that I just put that there, I'm going to hide it. But you guys get the idea. And then I'm going to hide this one here. Okay, let's look at this. We have distinct higher highs. So with the channel, we go from the high to the next lower high that's here. I wouldn't choose this one because it's internal above this one. And then we'll bring it down to these lows. Let's look at how the midline. Okay, let's now do this one here. This one's much better respected, actually. Okay, we'll leave this one here. So we've got a fake out of the channel up here, but we're dumping. Now you can also see this is super nice here, this level, the swing failure pattern into the, I'm going to do this. We have our daily, our weekly, and the channel midline. Now we'd have to come down pretty quick there, but if Bitcoin dumps, we will. So swing failure pattern into the weekly. Actually, let's do this. Two different trades. Swing failure pattern into the weekly. And then we also have our daily and midline here, which is another one. This is tough because depending time-wise, we might not come down quick enough. Let's do the fib pull from the big last daily low up to this daily high here. Okay, our 786 is there as well. All right, I think we hit into the golden pocket. No, we have not since that one, but okay, so we also have this one here, this box here. we also have our golden pocket there. So now this golden pocket has not been hit because it's from this high to this high, or this low to this high. So our golden pocket's in this box right on the bottom of the pitchfork, the back test, the bullish back test of the pitchfork. So this is actually a pretty nice, stupid thing, pretty nice area here where we could be looking for that. Let's bring it to there. Oh. Like right here. Okay, and then swing failure pattern to the weekly, and then we did have this same fib pull. Our 786 is down here in this box, so we can do this. $786 daily. And channel midline. Now, that would have to dump really quick for the channel midline to align with it. So I do think this is a better level of support here because it's also our value area low of our big daily range. But this swing failure pattern, remember, liquidity runs this market. Liquidity grab into a weekly would also be nice. So that's that for that one. Now, let's turn on our naked daily points of control real quick and our pivot points. So this one up here also is an R1 monthly pivot. So weekly 786, and then we'll do R1 monthly pivot. All right, that's that. Above us, we do only have one naked daily point of control up here. Naked daily point of control. All right. And then let's turn on our weekly. Oh, nice. Okay, so this box up here is really nice because we also have a weekly naked point of control up there as well. So that 119 to 121 range looks very, very nice up here for a resistance level. All right. Yeah, so this is what I've been looking at, you guys, locally on ADA. The resistance up here, and we also have really the swing failure pattern into that resistance. Swing failure pattern here into that resistance. Up here, this box looks just super juicy. Swing failure of 116.6 into like 120, 121 would be very, very nice. And then our supports below us. Now, if we do come up right now, let's zoom in on lower time frames here. Let's go to the 4 hour. You can see if we do bounce. Oh, I turned the EMAs on. All right, if we do bounce, like if we swing fail pattern these lows into this box here, I should probably bring this over a little bit just in case it happens right away. Then we would be looking up towards the top of the channel at our naked daily point of control. So if ADA comes down, swing fail patterns those lows into our box, then we could see something like this and a continuation in the channel. As far as divs go, let's see here. So let's zoom out to the daily chart. Okay, no bear divs between this high and this high, so that's good. No bear divs really. The money flow does not look very good, though. You can see how momentum's kind of overall been curving down. Now, it's not bear divs because we're not making higher highs, but it is a money flow coming down. Like, it's looking pretty grim there. Looks like, at the very least, we could continue in this range for a bit. And then if we do go higher, of course, we should be looking at the swing fail pattern of these highs up here. In that case, we would change our pitchfork as well. Let's change this to a modified skiff. Okay. Nope. All right, let's see here. Gosh dang it. Here. Sorry about that, you guys. All right. Let's go into there. All right, now let's look at higher time frames. Let's look at the weekly. Let's see if we have anything on the weekly. No bear divs really on the weekly. Okay. And money flow is kind of starting to round out or flatten out, I should say. So ADA might continue consolidating in this little area here above this pitchfork, and then we might see a move up. Really, a lot of this is going to depend on Bitcoin. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. Let's look at the 2-hour chart here. Very locally. Yeah. Okay, so this does kind of look like an M pattern in some ways, but I would look at this range here. And our value area low is right around the SFP of these lows into this box. So that's your very first local support level. You can see we rejected from the value area high, came down, and our POC is around the naked daily point of control. Now this POC is longer than 1 day, but they're pretty much the same. Let's look at that range one more time of the entire channel volume. Yeah, and then you guys, this is nice though. So this resistance up here around 120 to 121, and then this support down here around 90 cents to like 91.6 cents is really nice. I would like those. And then if we don't hold this, we could see a fake out the swing failure pattern into this box. So that's what I would be looking for locally on ADA. Other than that, you just got to continue to play the range till it breaks. There are bigger supports to the downside. We still have this pitchfork band here with the 786 around 72 cents to 68 cents. And then we have some internal liquidity from this last little range before we did that last parabolic pump there. So that looks nice too. And that's around 69. Let's see here. So yeah, 68, 69 cents there. All right, that's it for ADA. Let's go now to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance. Hold on. I know I've got it somewhere here. That's CME futures. Okay, dominance. Here we go. All right, let's zoom out onto the daily chart. Let's look at this. Yeah, so okay, that didn't work out. Wow. Okay, well, we are still in our big channel. You guys can see on the weekly, we've just been trading in this huge weekly channel here. And it looks like, you know, we bottomed out. This was in October of 2022. We've been continuing up, but we finally were able to flip this midline to support, back test it as support, and now we're continuing higher. So Bitcoin dominance might continue higher here. Let's go ahead. Now, this is on a weekly chart. I do see a weekly sort of channel that's forming just from like this price action here. Let's bring it up to there. So you can see that's a really nice channel, except for the fake out of it. We dumped out of it on the weekly, tested the big weekly midline, and now we're back within the channel. You can see when we got back in, let me zoom into the daily and I'll show you guys this. You can see when we got back into the channel, we back tested it and then back tested a couple times, held it as support, and now we're continuing higher. So what looks nice to me real quick on Bitcoin dominance is we do have this swing failure pattern. If we swing failed that high into the channel midline at 60%, then we could drop. But Bitcoin dominance does look overall pretty bullish. Let's do a Fibonacci pull from this high to this low on the daily. And yeah, our 786 is right around there as well. So that would be pretty good to do a swing failure pattern into the 786 and into the channel midline. We might just continue trading in this channel though. Look how nice this channel is being respected here on the daily. Just continuing to chop up in the channel, respecting the midline, respecting the midline, respecting the midline. So the midline, you guys, that midline is going to be important to watch. 60% or so. Yeah, 60%, 60.5%. So Bitcoin might continue higher. Bitcoin dominance is not really like a normal chart. So there's not too much more analysis we could do with this. We can look at the trend. Let's do a... I don't really like doing a range pull of this because it's continuing to... It's like a trend more than a range. But we can look at this and we can see... I don't like that one. Let's do it from this pivot here. I mean, you can see the range is being respected. Bounced to the POC, dropped to the value area low, chopped around the POC for a bit, shot up close to the value area high, not quite, held the POC, shot up to the value area high. We're able to kind of bounce above the value area high. Now it's pretty nice. It's not the nicest, but so what I can see though is if we do drop, the value area high back test is in alignment with the bottom of the channel. So if we do something like, you know, start to roll over here and come back here, it would be the back test of the channel and the value area high, and then we could continue higher. Let's do... Let me zoom back out onto this weekly. All right, so we did we touch that weekly? We didn't touch that weekly. We do have the weekly that's up here as well. Now, I'm not too sure. I don't trade Bitcoin dominance so much, so I don't know if the weekly works the same way as it does with a normal crypto chart, but our weekly's at that midline too. So this box is definitely our box of resistance though. Let me turn this off. We've got our weekly, our 786, and the SFP into our 786 and channel midline and weekly. So we'll do that, and then we'll do this right about here. Let's make that purple. Oh, what did I just do? Text needs to be... Okay. Hold on here. All right. Yeah, so I'd be looking at this box here. Let's turn it purple. And then that's the box of resistance I'd be watching for on the Bitcoin dominance. Let's zoom into the 4-hour chart. So yeah, dominance is continuing to go up with Bitcoin. And then, yeah, just the bottom of this. So that's probably also our local golden pocket here. If we do a golden pocket pull from the lows to the highs here. And let's look at our golden pocket. Okay, yeah, golden pocket, value area high retest. Remember, this is the value area high of that one. And then it would be the bottom of the channel too. Now, it would take some time to get in alignment with the bottom of the channel, but we could expect something like this here. Actually, I would move it out here. So timing-wise, we would need to have it a little bit less, or chop probably higher for a little bit, then come down, or come down very slowly, a slow grind. That's pretty much it for Bitcoin dominance. It does look like it's bullish, though. Let's zoom out on the daily and look at this daily. I mean, it's just chopping up in this channel on the daily for months, really. So let me get rid of this now. I mean, for months, we've been chopping up in this channel like perfectly. And we back tested the midline of the much bigger weekly channel. Now that dominance on the weekly channel. Let's just zoom out to this and let's look at this. I mean, this weekly channel goes, it's really from back, you know, I think the two pivots I pulled it from is this one, and the low. But that's years of 2017, you know. So back testing this weekly was pretty big, and holding the weekly, showing dominance. You can see the last time we back tested the weekly, got above it and back tested it, dominance pushed up really hard. And this was in 2019. I think that was that a bear market in 2019? I think it was right before Trump got in. I'm not sure. All right, so that's Bitcoin dominance. Next up, we're going to go to Tfuel. Tfuel. All right. Here, let's go on the weekly. Okay, so I see right away we could pull a range like here on the weekly. Let me actually fix that. Here, it's our weekly range to be looking at. Pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, so first let's zoom out. Let's look at weekly support here. And then our weekly resistance that we just kind of confirmed last week here. All these weeklies. This is really wicky. Look at all these wicks on both the highs and the lows here. I mean, that tells me low liquidity. Now, we could do a pitchfork pull of the last big lows to the high, to these lows here. Let's look at this. Okay, that does look good. I mean, like, look at how the band's been respected all through here. Let's actually zoom out or zoom in to the daily chart and let's look at this. Okay, and let's try the modified. Yeah, this one's better. Much better. Midline rejected. Band. I chopped around in the band for a bit here. Hit band all through here again. More chop in the band. And then more chop in the band, but rejected from the midline. Rejected from the midline. All right, so we have our pitchfork now. On the daily, you could pull this fixed range volume profile of just this little range here. I know we have that big kind of flash wick up here, but this range does look like it's being respected here. Value area low, value area low. Let's make our dailies. So we do have a fresh daily up here, which is almost like a double daily. That's been wicked. That's been wicked. That's been wicked. All right, that's really it now. So I do see this right away. We are closing this daily below. You can see this daily opened below the pitchfork midline or below the pitchfork band. Tried to get establishment right back within it. It couldn't. Now it did drop more, but the body of the candle closed below the pitchfork band. This candle opened below the pitchfork band. Tried to get back in the pitchfork band again and could not. Now it looks like we could close down below it. So it is telling me that it's really trying to hold this band, but we might lose it and we might dump. If we do, the bottom of the pitchfork and the weekly down here is going to be a level to watch. This area here. So we'll do pitchfork slash weekly. Okay. And we do have liquidity down here, but I don't like that so much. That's a little bit too low for this altcoin. Now, the top of the band here is alignment with the daily. So we do have our resistance up here. Like right here. So this is pitchfork band daily. Okay. Let's make this one green for support. And then we could do a fib pull. Now, I mean, I'm going to pull it from this wick, even though because the wick did respect the TA. It went up to the midline and dropped. So on that, it went the the daily wick went all the way up there. So we look at our, let's do a strong trend, because oftentimes a strong trend will reject us if we're going to continue this to the downside, because you can see that's a pretty aggressive downtrend, and then we're continuing the downtrend. So if we do come back up here, it could be a fake out to continue down. So our 382 is close to our weekly, and then let's do this range pull again here. Our value area high is also up there. So this would be our first local area, or not first, second local area of resistance. We would do that there. And this is going to be our value area high, our weekly, and let's see, what else was it? A value area high, weekly, and 382. It's 382. Okay, 382. All right, so that's that there. Let's go ahead now, look at, let's see here. All right, now that's that. We could do a Fibonacci pull from the last big daily lows to the big daily high here. Let's change it to our golden pocket. Now, let's actually measure this move to see if we should be using fibs or logs. 111%. No, I wouldn't say so. That's only 100% move. Okay, so let's look at our JC pocket. So we already hit into the 786. You can see we hit into the 786 bounce. Gosh, at this point, that doesn't tell us anything. Okay. This thing does look like it moves quite a lot in a day too, sometimes. And then I would be looking, if we really pump, we could look for the swing failure pattern of this high into the pitchfork midline. So like up here. So all right, that's that there. Swing failure pattern to pitchfork midline. You always do need to watch for the SFPs, because this is a range. So these are the range lows. So we could watch for the SFP into the range lows, but there's not much there. Let's actually look at the 886, because the 88, if we could do an 886, but then eventually it would be a lower high bounce. I don't like. I mean, these lows are there. That is an area we could be watching. Altcoins often do drop to the 886 instead of the 786. So let's mark it out. SFP into the 886 here. And then let's look at our naked weeklies. That's for this week so far, so we're not going to mark that one out. Nothing really. Okay. Let's look at our naked dailies. Did I change that? Nothing on the naked dailies either. Okay, so really, just the one that we have today, but that's not confirmed yet, so I don't think it even goes back this far. All right, I guess that's what we'd be looking at here on Tfuel. Let's actually check the monthly pivots here. So yeah, this monthly pivot is in this box here as well. So do this, let's do this, and then we could put monthly pivot, okay. All right, and then then this R2 pivot up here is also at our swing failure pattern into this. So let's turn that off and let's look at that. So here, let me actually pull this like to here. Okay. So we got that there. All right. And that's kind of it for Tfuel. That's what I'd be looking at. I'd be real careful looking at, I mean, these more local trades. You'd want to be seeing your divergences and money flow looking the right way on these. But it does look like we're consolidating within this range here on the daily. So I'd just trade the range. You know, we did come down to the value area low. We bounced up to the POC. Looks like we came up to the POC again today and we're rejecting, we're dropping. So the value area low is still holding, but now we have almost double liquidity down below there. So actually, you could see an SFP of the double liquidity. You got to be very careful taking that because there's nothing down below for quite a while. So I don't know if I'd take that unless you actually close the candle above with like bull divs and then you see it starting to move. And I would probably wait for it to reclaim the value area low. Then I would long here and put my stop below wherever the wick hit to. So you'd have to probably use a smaller position size. But that's so like, for instance, if you waited, you know, if we did something like a come down here, SFP this, come back up. I would wait for it to reclaim that value area high. Then I would long the back test of the value area high to bring it up. And then you would have to put your stop below wherever the wick ended. So you'd go like this, and then you put your stop right below that wick. Because if you're going to be wrong then, and then if I'd probably bring it up. I mean, obviously your POC would be a take profit 1 on that. And then you could look for like the top of the band and the daily as a 2. So that's a 3.63. I mean, that's speculative on a speculative wick. So just that's an example of how I would take that if I was going to take that. That's a little bit dangerous and risky though, guys. So make sure you're using proper risk management if you're going to do that. But that's it for Tfuel. I mean, there's not too much more on it. The pitchfork is being nicely respected. The bottom of the pitchfork is a major support. So that's at what, like 5 cents for, you know, 5 cents to 4.9 cents, 0.49. Yeah, 0.5 to 0.49. And then our major resistance, I do like really like this 10 cent area, the SFP into to the pitchfork midline. But our weekly, our value area high, our R2 pivot, and our 0.382 retraces up here at 7 cents, 0.76 cents. Okay, so that's it for Tfuel. Now let's go to CRV. I think I had some on. I think I was doing my analysis on Coinbase. Okay, so Coinbase, you guys, we still actually this looks really nice. I'll zoom into that in a second, but it looks like we have a possible bull flag forming. We were in this weekly descending channel, and when we broke out of it, we exploded out of it. So I can now get rid of this channel. Okay, our 382 is down here. We need to keep an eye on that. And then the liquidity of the top of that descending channel. So remember, anytime you have a channel and you break it, you can often come take the liquidity of the highs of the channel where it started. So this SR flip level is a major SR flip level on the weekly here. And we have our SFP into that level. So that is going to be already a good level to watch. Let's look here. Let's zoom in here on this. We have our fresh weekly that is up here. And yeah, that's it for weeklies until way down here, but I'm not going to, that's too far down. So let's look at other things. All right, so this looks nice, you guys. So that was like a gigantic pump there. Increase in volume, I bet. Let's look at the volume. Yeah, increase in volume as the flag is forming. Definitely green volume as the flag is forming, or the pole of the flag. And then actually our Now, this spike in the red does not look good, and this last little bit doesn't look good, but this still could act as a daily bull flag because we do have a channel that is forming here. We can go from the highest pivot to the second highest pivot. If it will move, there we go. And then down to, let's see here. Let's pull it to this one and see. Yeah, that looks good because the midline's being really respected. Okay, so that channel there, I'm going to hide this real quick though, and we're going to look at this pitchfork. You can see this pitchfork has been respected. We're able to reclaim the midline, pumped up. We were trying to hold above the pitchfork like ADA is doing right now, but we weren't able to. We fell to the band, kind of tried to hold the band to support a couple times, lost it, and came to the midline. Bounced from the midline, came up to the band again, rejected from the band, and now we're coming back down to the midline. Our macro 382 is below both of these, so that is a level we should be watching here. But let's zoom in on this here on the daily, and let's look at what we got here. So the only daily level of support is the one we just made right here. Have we touched that yet? Not quite yet. All right, that's going to be a daily we're going to be watching. And then we have our daily up here in the band. Okay, so there's those. Now let's go turn our channel back on. Parallel channel. Let's see, which one was this one? Oh, this was another channel I was already watching on that. Hold on, let's turn this one off and let's look at this one. Same channel pretty much. I just pulled it. I like the other one better. All right. Now we can do the fixed range volume profile of the flag. Okay, value area high is right around the pitchfork band with the daily here. So we'll do this. This is going to be value area high. Oop. Wait, what the heck am I doing? Daily. Okay, there's that. The daily that we're about to touch right now, it might hold and bounce, but I like this. If we drop today a bit further, I like this value area low into the pitchfork midline because we just front ran the pitchfork midline. We can actually look at now this 382 into the daily here is looking good. So this we could do 382. Not daily. 382 into the pitchfork band. I don't know why I said daily. Okay, that looks decent there. And then we will do a Fibonacci pull from the last big daily low to the daily high. This one's higher. Okay. Golden pocket. We've already hit into the golden pocket. That was at the POC. And we've already hit into our 786. All right. So we tried to bounce from the 786. Let's look at the 886. I don't like that. It's below the pitchfork band. Pitchfork midline. Okay, so that's a tough one. Let's look at it from the high to the low that we have today. No, I don't like that either. Let's go to our golden pocket. Okay, our golden pocket into this swing failure pattern might be nice, but let's look first here. We also do have the SFP of these highs into this daily value area high. So let's do this as well. So, and then we have the SFP. All right. Swing failure pattern into that first box there. So that's looking nice. Swing failure pattern into the value area high, into the pitchfork band would be very nice for a resistance level. All right, we do have this daily down here that looks a daily order block. See how this is like a big green candle, one red, and then a more big green candle. So this is a daily order block. So we have our order block down here. And this order block, I would like to mark this out because we have a swing failure pattern into it. So let's do from here to here. Let's pull this sideways here because you can see that order block. We'd have the swing failure pattern into the order block. So that's a nice order block there. And we will make that a green order block. So, and then we'll do SFP into order block. All right. And it would be the SFP of this low here, pretty much the daily range lows. That actually looks really juicy. 68 cents there, 68.6 cents into this daily order block. Now the daily at the bottom of the daily order block is around 67 cents. So from 68 to 67 cents is a nice juicy support level that we could see. By then, the pitchfork band might be aligning. Now that would take a couple weeks of time kind of chopping sideways more before that aligns, but that could be a nice level. And then our channel bottom, not quite. So the channel bottom is closer up here. We are at right now. Let's get rid of this here. And you can see that the midline of our channel, which is being highly respected, you can see how many times we wick a little bit past it, but close the daily. The daily is at the channel midline right now. So if we do hit into this daily at 81.38 and bounce, it's also the channel midline. So there is a possibility we bounce and do something like this green candle that we did yesterday. Just be aware though, because it's pretty much right on us. We're right on top of it. All right, so let's zoom back out, zoom into the 4-hour chart, and let's look at this. Gosh, this looks like crappy price action here. This big one giant wick up and then just grind down. Yeah, okay, and then so this local, very, very local SFP into the midline would be nice. That's at 78 cents. You'd swing fair 78.48 into 78 cents. But right now we're pretty much at a support level. You can see the midline is aligning with the daily. So if we do bounce here, now this daily was pulled from just yesterday's thing. So this 4-hour wick into it doesn't count because it wasn't formed yet. It wasn't confirmed yet. So we actually have not touched the daily since it's been formed, since it's been confirmed. And yeah, I mean, you know, if we bounce here, you could do the Fibonacci pull from this high here to the low, and our golden pocket does have this liquidity up here resting near it, but you'd be breaking it. So let's look at the 786 of that. It's kind of a long wick, but we are seeing long wicks on this thing. So we could SFP these highs into the 786 at right at $1. I don't like that too much. I would, because we do have stronger resistance right above us. Okay, I'm not even going to mark that out. Let's look at the daily chart. No bull divs on the daily. Money flow looks like crap. Continuing to come down. I think we might be able to make it down to this order block. The swing failure pattern into this order block at 78 cents here looks really nice. 78 cents to, what is that? 67. 68 to 67. I'm sorry. 68 cents to 67 cents. That looks really nice here. And then, of course, our macro 382, depending on how quick we get there, into the bottom of the channel and the pitchfork band here. This area here is looking kind of good. I would do something like this. 382 pitchfork band, and it's also the bottom of the channel. It's also kind of our prior highs, a little bit above, but you can see our prior highs on the daily before we made this last impulse up. Actually, let's look at our can you do this in a 3-wave? Let's see. I mean, this could be, I don't like this as a 2-wave too much, but we could look at this as a 5-wave impulse too, with our 1-wave here. Oh, come on. 1-wave here, 2-wave, our third explosive wave, just like we saw on XRP the other day. And then we were trading in a channel, just like with XRP. And remember when we came down to the bottom of the pitchfork at 285 on XRP, and then our 5th wave could bring us to the top of this pitchfork and right around this 155 to 160 area. So I do think that swing failure pattern into that order block would be a super nice support. Actually, I'm going to set an alert here, because I might take that if I see confirmation. So remember that order block is 68 cents to 67 cents. That could be the support level to long to bring up to 155 if this is going to be a 5th wave up of this impulse here. So, okay, that is kind of what I'm looking at for CRV. Because the top of this pitchfork is also going to be aligning with this SFP and SR level. So that's a very, very nice resistance up here as well. Now we'd have to pump pretty quick to get there, but in a 5th wave, you can see impulsive price action and pump pretty hard. Okay, so that is going to be SR flip. Wow. Okay, so we do have some naked dailies here. Really, the one that was just created yesterday, right below us, right below the daily. So I would count that as really we're at this right now. This, I would say, if we're going to bounce, it's going to be from this daily to daily naked point of control to channel midline to pitchfork midline, like right now, pretty much right in the next few hours. And that's at really what, 81 cents to 70, 81 cents to 80 cents. If we're going to hold, that's going to be the level we're going to hold. If not, we're going to come lower. We do have this one here, which is at 76 cents. Let's see. What else do we have down there? That's the question. So we do have this here. It's a naked daily point of control. Let's check our weekly and let's check our monthly pivots. Okay, so this looks nice too. So in this first box here, we also have an S1 pivot. So we're going to do SFP into order block, and that's our S1 pivot. So this 68 to 67 cents looks really good. Okay, and then up here, our actual monthly pivot point is aligned with this naked weekly, and it's at the top of the channel. So we're going to do this. So we are starting to find some nice confluence on this thing. Naked weekly point of control. Okay, and it's our S1 pivot. So let me now turn that off. Let's turn off this. No, what did I just do? Here. Okay, so up here. Dang it, didn't mean to do that. Let's zoom in onto the 2-hour chart. And now this naked weekly point of control is also an S1 pivot. Oh, and that was our golden pocket. Okay, so you know what? This is going to be an interesting level, because look at our golden pocket was also there from high to low, and we turn on our golden pocket. Okay, and now the golden pocket was front ran here, because remember, the golden pocket's from this high to this low. So since then, we haven't come up to it. So we have a naked weekly point of control, an SFP into the golden pocket. So this is our most local, nice resistance here. SFP into a golden pocket, into a weekly naked point of control, and it was our pivot point, our monthly pivot point. So this is looking nice. Now I'm not going to include the SFP wick of that because, well, let's do this. Let's do that, and then we'll go to like, because in the SFP you want to see it wick past the level a little bit. So we'll put the box like this. So we have our monthly pivot. We have the naked weekly POC, golden pocket, and then an SFP into those. So that is actually looking really nice for a local short. 94 to 96 cents. 95 to 96, I'm sorry. 95 to 96 cents is our first level. I'd really be looking. Actually, I'm going to mark this too. Okay. Boom. All right, so that's it for CRV. Next up is going to be Ponke. Let's look at this here. Okay, now let's go out to the weekly. I've never even heard of this coin, so I have no idea what it is, you guys. It looks fairly new. Okay, weekly here and weekly here. Ooh. We are seeing possibly a weekly swing failure pattern of these weekly lows here. It's trying to hold. This thing looks pretty bearish, though, to be honest. Let's go on to the daily. Oh, man, look at that money flow. No bull divs. Well, possible bull divs, actually, from this low to this low, here to here. But money flow looks horrible on this thing. I do see a nice little channel, though. So on the daily, we have this channel here. No, I don't like that. We saw a fake out of that channel. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I mean, the fake out of that channel there, but it didn't even close the daily outside of it. We also had a channel running up here. That was pretty nice. All right, and our first daily level of resistance is going to be this daily now that we faked out. So daily here, okay. And then I mean, we do have this order block in here from the very first launch, but I don't know if I would really include that because it was like right at the launch. I mean, I guess we could. That's 16 cents, you guys. That daily order block here is around 16 cents here. So you can look at that. I mean, we're pretty much at lows of the coin. Obviously, on the first day of launch, it was like one giant crazy thing. So I don't know if that is really going to work out. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. To me, this looks pretty bearish, and it could keep dumping. I have no idea what this thing is. But okay, let's look. Let's continue to look in here. So we can pull a range of just this price action here. This is most of the coin's life. Yeah, you can see we lost the value area low, back tested it, and now we're dumping. The value area low now is a daily, but it wasn't a daily until we back tested it and lost it. So I would say we can continue to grind down in this channel. So the bottom of the channel could be support, because the bottoms of very steep channels like this do often act as support. Same with the tops act as resistance. There's not super much confluence down there though, because we don't really have much. Let's see here. I guess we can mark out this very first daily up here. Let's see. We already took this one. Yeah, we took that one, so that doesn't matter. So this daily here really is all we got on this thing below us at 15.6 to 16 cents because it's an order block. So actually, if we do continue to grind down slowly in this channel until we hit that daily level, that would be kind of nice. We could do something like this and then boom. That would be kind of nice to see. It would I mean, we would have to do it pretty kind of quick because then this momentum wave would keep going down and it would kind of invalidate our bull divs on the daily. Money flow does not look good on this thing. Like, look at this money flow. But we'll see. I mean, the big thing now, what we can do is we can just look at local price action here. Above us, this daily is now in alignment with our value area low backtest again. So 31.5 cents is going to be our resistance above us. Below us is 15 cents. And then, I mean, really, there's not too much else we can look at on this except for, like, we could do a Fibonacci retrace pull from the high of the channel to the current lows, which might not be the current lows for long. But this actually looks really nice up here. So the golden pocket weekly and value area high up here does look pretty nice. Now, I would probably look for a wick past the value area high into the golden pocket and then reject and close that daily candle at or below the value area high. So we could mark this out. So this is value area high, GP weekly. Okay, that's definitely a level to be watching for a short. And then okay, and then let's look at our 786. So yeah, I guess the 786 would be nice too because we do have this daily that was never retested. So we do have a daily into the 786 as well above that. So here's okay, daily 786. Let's look at our naked daily points of control. Wow. Okay, and also you guys, so we also have that naked daily point of control up here at the 786 in the daily. So that's going to be nice. So let's add that into this box here. So it's a 786. It's also a naked daily point of control. So that is between 70 and 74 cents. That looks pretty nice up there. Oh, wait, is that 74 cents? No, in between, 70 and 74. Okay, so that looks pretty nice as a resistance, but I do not think we might not make it up there for a while. Monthly pivot points, and we also have the monthly pivot point up there. Okay, this is looking really nice. Our R3 monthly pivot. So, okay, there's that. Naked daily point of control here. Let's look at our weeklies. We do have this naked daily. Let's mark this out because this might be towards the top of the channel. So let's mark it naked daily. Okay. And our S1 pivot's close to that. Let's check out. Oh, these are weeklies. Okay, naked weekly point of control. Wow, that's even better. Okay, so that's that for weeklies. Let's look at the dailies. Okay. Naked daily up here at the top of the descending channel. And then we do have our naked daily point of control right at this weekly level too. Oops. Here. Okay, let's turn that off and let's look at these. So, what I can see here, 35 to 35 cents here is also a strong. Let me turn this off too. 35 cents is a strong naked daily and weekly here. Okay. And then we had our naked weekly point of control here and our naked daily point of control here. So our naked daily point of control is looking so far better alignment with the top of the channel. Actually, the weekly is, I'm sorry. And if we chop around for a bit, the daily will. So 25 or 24.5 is our naked daily point of control. That, if time aligns, will be with the top of the channel. We could see it kind of chop around, hit into that, and then reject. Or if we pump up quicker, our naked weekly is up there at 26.5, and then we would reject. And then to the bottom side, we do have this daily at 15.6 cents at the bottom of the channel. And then, gosh, other than that, really, you guys, this thing is just in a downtrend, a really big downtrend with money flow continuing to leave. Let's look at our golden pocket of this last 4-hour move. Yeah, so the golden pocket and weekly naked point of control along with the top of the channel here. Now that would have to pump up pretty quick. So this is going to be a naked weekly POC channel, and then it is our golden pocket. Okay. That's the first area of resistance I'd be looking for, 26.6. 24.6 to 26.6, really, but 26.6 is better part of it. And then our daily and value area low back test at 31.5. That is a level to watch too. So this here. So daily slash value area low back test. Okay, that's that. That's kind of what I'd be looking for, you guys. I mean, up high, we do have some really nice resistance up here. This value area high, golden pocket weekly. And then we had the naked weekly point of control up there as well. Or was that up here? No, that was up there. Okay, so this 65 cents is still nice, though, because it is our value area high, our golden pocket, and our weekly. But at 74 cents, 70 to 74 cents is also a really strong resistance. So two kind of close together, but those two are both strong resistances. Our more micro resistances, actually this one's pretty strong too. The daily and the naked daily point of control into our weekly weekly resistance here at 35.2 to 35.7. Of course, the back test of the value area high, a value area low again into our daily. And then our very, very local support is this naked weekly point of control into the top of the channel. And it was also a local golden pocket. To the downside, I mean, honestly, there's just this daily down here at the bottom of the channel. Other than that, there's really not much we can look at. We're at pretty much the lows. So unfortunately, this coin does not look very bullish. I don't know what it is, but I mean, we are seeing 4-hour bull divs here. You can see higher highs on the momentum waves, lower highs on the price action, but we're in the middle of nowhere. We're not really out of support. Actually, we are at these lows here. So, and yeah, there was these lows here too of this little range. So it's a very small possibility we could start pumping from where we're at now, because we are at these lows. You can see that's a low there, that's a low there. So it is kind of a local lows of the range. It's not looking very good, though. It looks like it's just going to keep bleeding out on the daily. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. Very local bull divs here. from between this low and this low, lower lows, higher lows on the price action. So we might get a move up to 26 cents, but then I would expect us to continue down until we break this channel. We're going to probably continue to trend down. And very, very locally, we might even just reject from the channel midline again. You see how we lost it, came back up, back tested it, went lower. We could just come back up, back test it again, and then go lower. So Poke's not looking very good. You are having some bull divs though on 4 hour, 2 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. So you might see, 1 hour bull divs. You might see a small push up from where we're at now. I just wouldn't be too bullish on it. I mean, 15-minute was showing bull divs here. Now they're starting to play out. But look at this. Even here, you guys, like this is a little channel here that's probably going to break to the downside. 15-minute chart. You can see this channel here that's probably going to break to the downside. Actually, I would do this here. Look at that. That's a channel that we're in right now on the 15-minute. We're rejecting from the midline of the 15-minute channel. We're probably going to break it to the downside. Has a higher probability to break to the downside. We could look at a very low time frame range here on this and rejecting from POC every time we come up to it. Still holding the value area low just barely. Now, if we break, the value area low is starting to align with the bottom of the channel. So if we chop sideways for another hour, we might lose this channel and then just continue down. Make another drive of bear div on the higher time frames. So sorry about this one. Poke is kind of difficult. I mean, it looks like it's just in a downtrend. I have no idea what it is. But that's Poke for you. All right, now let's go to Solana. Let's actually just exit out of that and let's go to Solana. Let me check Bitcoin real quick. All right, we're trying to hold that value area high. I don't know. It's not looking the best. Solana. Okay. So earlier today we were in this kind of channel, but I should have pulled it. Yesterday. All right, guys. So yesterday, this was really nice, and I called this in the video. We were bouncing from the pitchfork midline, but there was also, we were coming down to this. And remember, I said in the video, I might take this long because we were seeing low time frame bull divs, and it just looked like it was going to pump for me. So I did end up longing that, and I showed it in the Discord. I literally took profit right here on like 80% of my trade, and then the other 20% I got stopped out during the inauguration. But it was our golden pocket and a naked daily point of control right here, and you can see we literally wicked right into the naked daily point of control in the golden pocket. So that was a very successful trade for me. Now, I wish that it didn't drop more. I was hoping for it to continue higher, but the market doesn't care what you hope for. Actually, let me zoom out to the 15 minutes. And now we could do a channel pull from this high to, let's go to this lower high here, and then let's bring it down here. Yeah, okay, midline's being respected, and we're just chopping down in this channel. Now, we did front run here. We did front run that pitchfork. So you can see the pitchfork is aligning with the bottom, the midline of the channel here, 227, 228 really. So that could be, and then we would also SFP the lows into that. So this SFP of these lows into that is our first local long I'd be looking for. SFP into 228. So SFP of 229 into 228. But still, our bigger support level is down here. This was our golden pocket and pitchfork midline. Now the pitchfork midline's above it now. So this was from much longer ago. Let's zoom out actually onto the 4-hour chart. Let's look at this. So that's our golden pocket. Pitchfork midline's above it by now. Oh, never mind. We switched the pitchfork. Remember, we switched it. So it's still a pitchfork midline, but it's of the skiff pitchfork, not the modified skiff. So, and that skiff pitchfork still did look nice. So I do like that golden pocket into that skiff pitchfork midline. I should specify that. So let's put it back to modified. Modified is a better version, more respected, but the pitchfork midline, and then we'll do so that is still a valid support level for me at like 212 to 210, really, 208, 212 to 208. But our big levels of support were these levels up here. Now we did hit into this one, so I'm going to delete this now because that purple box we hit into perfect, which was our naked daily point of control, into our golden pocket. So let's get rid of the naked daily. Let's get rid of this box. We hit into it perfect. I should have shorted that. I had a take profit set there and I was asleep. So it automatically TP'd for me. I would have shorted there if I would have saw that reaction. Now we still do have at 295 up to like 300, 302. We have the SFP into the top of the pitchfork band. That is going to be the next short I'm going to be looking for if we have confirmation of that. Now we would also could be developing bear divs as well. If we come down here like this and come up for a lower high, we'd be seeing higher highs in the moment price action, lower highs in momentum wave. So this could be a very nice short up at 295 to 302. But our big levels of support below us are still these levels here, which is our at 188 is our naked daily point of control, a weekly, and the value area high of the smaller range of, let's zoom out onto the daily. Let's see, I'm not sure if it's this range here, the big range. Yeah, it is the big range. So our really big range that goes back to the March highs, our value area high back test is at the weekly and the naked daily point of control around 188 to 185-ish. And then, of course, we do have, if I zoom back in, now we do have that daily down there, but I'm not going to mark it because we have the weekly and the naked daily point of control above that. Actually, I think now this box here is going to be our S1 pivot, our daily naked point of control, and the big pitchfork, a pitchfork and the big golden pocket. So this is a nice juicy support as well. So that's from 180 to like 175. And then of course at the bottom we have our 786 aligning with the bottom of the pitchfork. And the 786 is from this pull way down here all the way up to the highs. Yeah, so that's at 150, really. 150 looks really good. If we get down there, we're going to be in real trouble. Let's just say that. Now we can take a range of this last daily price action here. And let's look at our local daily golden pocket pull. Okay. So yeah, that golden pocket is aligning with the daily POC. You can see the 618 is aligning with the POC. So let me see what this was. Oh, that's the golden pocket into the pitchfork midline. So I would actually just extend this to this, and then we would include here. We would just go to slash POC of, and that's going to be the POC of the daily. Big daily range, excuse me. All right, so that's what I'd be looking at on Solana. Last one, Trumpcoin. Now, Trumpcoin was dumping pretty hard here. We do not have much price action, so I can only do low time frame stuff, but it is still respecting the low time frame stuff. We're in this descending channel. We broke the pitchfork to the downside. We now are looking at this descending channel. You can see how nicely it is being respected. Midline held, lost the midline, resistance, flipped it, held, pumped up, was holding here, held here, lost the VWAP, dropped, now we're dropping to the bottom here. So this this channel bottom, we do have this little range that's here. So you could do a range pull of this price action here, and we can look at our value area high and POC are close together, but that range value area high is around $31, which is also right around the bottom of the channel. You can see 31. Actually, we already hit into it though, 31 here, and then we pump. So this is tough. And then our golden pocket pull here from this high here to this low, our golden pocket is at the top of the channel. So really the next, gosh, we might even drop to 21 cents again. Remember, this is where I talked about the first day it launched in the Discord. I said if we come into the bottom of this descending channel, it was also the bottom of a pitchfork. And then we got the big explosive price action up. So we could actually come all the way back down to 21, but we do have this internal liquidity grab here at 24. God, I mean, if we break this channel to the downside, so I'd look for another, what I'd be looking for here now, very, very locally, we could do a pull from high to low here, and we're hitting the golden pocket right now, but let's go to the 786. We already hit the 786, okay? So what I now would be looking for is for it to chop for a little bit, and I would want to see a swing failure pattern of this low into the bottom of the channel. So I'd want to see us chop for a couple hours, like do this here for a couple hours, hit the swing failure pattern into the bottom of the channel, and start to make bullish price action. That's pretty much it on Trumpcoin. But if Bitcoin really loses that value area high and dumps, this thing could go all the way back down to 10 cents or something, you know, like it could go way lower. I think 21 cents, the SFP of this, is actually closer to 22 cents. This SFP is going to be interesting. But at that point, what we could do is we could take a bearish pitchfork. We could go from the all-time high to these lows here, down to this here, but let's turn it to an original pitchfork. Yeah, I mean, it's respecting the channel of the original pitchfork. So if in drop to the midline of that pitchfork is around that 21 cents, 22 cents, 21.75, 21. So that's kind of just what I'd be watching, you guys. I mean, there's not too much else. All right, now I still do have the campaign running with MEXC. Deposit $100, you get $20 free. That's a 20% trade-in bonus. This is only going till January 5th. As far as this campaign goes, I'll still be partnered with them and you'll still be able to sign up. It is an affiliate link, so I do get some commission. But if you want to help out the channel, this is a nice way to help out the channel and you guys win as well. So I like that. I like that you guys support the channel, but I also like that you get something out of it as well. You do have to have KYC, but you can use the Palu IDs. It's super easy to sign up. I did it. And that's it, you guys. I hope you have a good day. See you later.